Good afternoon, Twitch. Good afternoon. Let me just get the right screen open. That one to do for the moment. Alright, hello. Yes, I missed yesterday, but I wasn't feeling 100%, so I thought I'd have a day of rest, which did seem to help. I'm back again today, although late. It's going to be a bit of a mixed up week. But today, I would feel like doing something a little bit different. I decided I wanted to get back into doing my D&D, because although there's still other games ahead of mine at the moment, I need to start getting things going. But I'm not jumping into the campaign side yet. I just decided I wanted to make some characters. Just a few extra ones I can throw in there, just because the way that my campaign's starting. I needed just a few extra faces around just to do certain things. So I thought, why not make them today? Just a few random ones, like literally full on random. I'm going to start off with the classic. Actually, I'll have to change screens again. I like this screen. I'm going to start with the classic. Who the fuck is my D&D character? I'm going to use that for a little bit. I'm going to see where that takes me. And then we'll make a character from whatever one sounds interesting. Alright, bear with me, just take my jacket off. He just kicked in. Right. So, let's see where we go. So the first one that came up today. So an inconsiderate half-elf fighter from a bustling city who was apprenticed to a failed alchemist. See, that's an easy one. Half-elves, well, elves in general can be a little bit hoity-toity, so an inconsiderate half-elf isn't that far-fetched. A fighter, half-elf fighter is something good different. Because naturally there are different ways you can actually start off making, oh, sorry, messages straight up. Always the way. Oop. Let me just move that. But yeah, so there are different ways to make characters. There is this way, like if you don't have if you're taking from my current stance where I just need some characters, just some random ones, something like this website is perfect for that. Get some ideas, so on and so forth. But if you're making a character to play yourself, the way I'll usually go is I'll decide on my class, find a race that suits, or vice versa, depending on the setting. But yeah, there's no one set way to make a character. There's no one set way. And like I said, since I'm just doing some random ones, having the general idea made up for me, that's going to make things a lot easier. So, back to the inconsiderate half-elf fighter. That is a possibility, It doesn't quite make sense that a fighter would be apprenticed under a failed alchemist, though. Well, it could. Let's just check the age on... So I got all my tabs down here. On half-elf. What? Let's see. So in the player's handbook, a half-elf, page 38. So the age of a half-elf. Where are we looking? Age 180. So they get reasonably old, longer than a standard human. Messages again, sorry. But yes, that's a possibility. Let's, I'll open this. Actually, no, copy that. Get a few ideas, we'll copy them over. Pop it in there. It's a little bit big. Let's bring that down. There we go. That's a little bit better. Right, spin up another one. So, a friendly half-orc paladin from a haberdashery. Oh, a haberdashery who has serious body image problems. See, that could be quite an interesting character. That'd be a really good idea for an actual player character. Now, haberdashery. Just to... I think that's materials and stuff. It's a haberdashery. Small items used for sewing. Yeah, materials and stuff. So in Australia, spotlight. So, that's actually quite an interesting one. Because orcs always have this, actually, can I just do it that way? But then the font changes. What font is that? That's fine. Do it that way. Actually, no, Times New Roman. Times New Roman. Where are you? There you are. That's better. Yeah, orcs always have this very... what's the word? What is the word? The word? Generic? No. Stereotype, that's one. Very stereotyped idea behind them, where they're always going to be rough fighters, probably going for like a barbarian class kind of thing. But that's not always a given, like especially half-orc. Could have been raised by a human, it could be half-elf, like an elf-orc. But yeah, so you don't want to get stuck behind the stereotype of a race or a class. Let's bring up a couple others. A passive-aggressive half-elf sorcerer from the gutter who is searching for the knowledge of true immortality. No, that actually suits passive-aggressive half-elf. That works. Also works for the sorcerer because it doesn't matter if they're from the gutter, because sorcerers usually have an innate magical ability, and wanting to have true immortality is something that a lot of magic users have. Now that is slightly contradictory for what I just said about getting caught behind the stereotype, but sometimes it just works. You got to know when not to get stuck and when it's okay to use the tropes. So let's see, a plain-speaking half-orc sorcerer from the High Plains desert who was left out of their father's will. Don't like that one. It seems very... I don't know, I just don't like it. Let's just go for another one. We'll get... How many have we got so far? We've got 3. We'll grab 5. We'll grab 5 ideas. I'll try to aim for... Because I need 2 extra parties for my campaign. I've got the player party, which is already going to be filled by the players. But I need 2 more parties, which are going to be NPC parties. And they need to mesh together. So I'm going to get these random characters. So 10 all up. Maybe only 8. Don't know. Somewhere between 5 and 10 characters. And then I'll fit them together. They don't have to fit together exactly. If you had seen any of my previous D&D videos where you actually know what the general story is, you'll know that that particular setting is a little bit haphazard. That's probably not the right word. But it's like strange times, so people are coming together who wouldn't normally come together. So you might not have a party that meshes well, but they know that they have a job to do and they'll get it done. So what do we got here? A cold dwarf paladin from the Wayfarer foothills, who always looks their best. And it's a little bit plain, that one. Like, being cold dwarf or a cold paladin, that's pretty standard, really. Like, not always, but it's just sort of, it's sort of there. Location is whatever, and looking their best. Like, it could just be a dwarf from higher, maybe like a royal, not necessarily a royal, but like a higher class setting kind of thing. So, an ambitious human rogue from a city no one else has ever heard of who can't stand children. Yeah, that, like, it's nothing special, but it works. Like, humans usually quite ambitious. Like the general idea behind the human race in D&D is they're, what's the word, bullheaded? They just keep going at things as fast as hard as they can because they're the less lived race. Like they have the shortest lifespan pretty much. So they try and do more in that shorter period of time. So an ambitious human works. A rogue from a city that no one else has ever heard of, that is a possibility. Because actually, there's going to be like a traveling rogue. Like again, it works in this setting because like this human, whoever their name is, could be traveling around when the whole calamity happened, and it's like, oh no, let's get somewhere. And after traveling all this time, end up here. Yeah. And the fact that it can't send children is just an interesting little side piece. Like, it's not something that has to be prominently featured, it just has to be something that can be played with as things go along. So, pop that one in there. Let's see, grab another one. A confident gnome barbarian from the worst brothel in town who believes in an eye for an eye. Again, that is an interesting character. Like, it seems a little bit... what's the word? I wouldn't say generic, but it's definitely interesting. Like, it's a gnome barbarian. Like, it's sort of one of those things that people toss together anyway. But it's one of those things that can be interesting regardless of whether it's like, haha, I'm a gnome barbarian, who would have thought? But actually having it as an NPC could be something quite interesting. Like, just imagine like getting scruffed by this little gnome. So yeah, that's a good possibility. And eye for an eye, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to go causing fights everywhere. Let's just insert an extra row real quick. I want to number these. Insert left, that's the one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. Center those. That's a little bit better. Cool. Yeah, confident gnome. Doesn't necessarily have to be a brothel, could be just from a bar. Or it could just be used to frequent a brothel somewhere. It doesn't have to be a local brothel, it doesn't necessarily have to be the worst brothel. But he just doesn't have to. It could just be a brothel that catered for gnomes. So yeah, like, even though I'm using this to decide my characters, it is just a base. Work it how you want. Right, next one. Impulsive half-elf ranger from an underground military stronghold who wants to one day own their own ship. Interesting. Yet I find is a little contradictory in a way. Like, my first thought was half-elf ranger from an underground military stronghold. I immediately thought Gloomstalker. That would have been really good. Gloomstalker falls under... where were they? I think they are the range... yeah, Gloomstalker Ranger. That'd be really good. But that is quite contradictory to wanting to one day own their own ship. Let me just quickly check this email. Sorry. Always watching out for my emails at the moment. But yeah, like... it's not unheard of or completely contrast to what the character is, but I just don't feel like it quite sits. Oh, apparently they can do that through there. Go figure. Anywho, yeah, like, for me, it doesn't quite work. Like, something like this would need like to stretch that far, you would have to write some nice little bit of backstory. Like, he might not have necessarily been from the underground to start with. He might have grown up in a fishing village and his father owned a boat, but then for some reason ended up in underground, joining this, was a military stronghold, so on and so forth. So it can work, but I don't want to have to throw all this story into something like that. Like, having just said that now, I like it a bit more because I already put that thought into it. But for a quick glance, like, I only want these characters to have like a paragraph at most of a backstory. I've got to rein myself in. I'm not going to do another 13-page backstory, especially not for a character I'm playing. Not playing, rather. Right. Actually, let's quickly whack up the M for a moment, because, like, just words at the moment. They're right in front of us. There are a lot of half-elves jumping up at the moment. I don't know why. A chipper half-elf wizard from an orphanage. Oh dear. From an orphanage workhouse who seems to know everyone. See, under normal circumstances, that would be perfectly fine. Me and orphanages, they don't go well. In the sense that somewhere along the lines, I personally have become renowned for burning down orphanages or being associated with orphanages that have somehow become worse off. Yeah, I think I may have overplayed the orphan thing and overdone the tragic backstory to mix in with it, so I try to avoid the orphan thing these days. Yeah, so we'll just go on. Let's see, a hard-working human paladin. Again, a paladin. These things seem to be popping up a fair bit. A hard-working human paladin from the Royal Bank. Royal Bank, okay. Who was forced to watch their family's execution. I don't think... Oh, well, yes, it can work. Again, like, it's something that would need a backstory. But that's too much for this kind, for the position that the character's going to be holding. An amicable dragonborn monk from a secluded forest village who has a bad gambling problem. Maybe? I find the gambling problems a little bit generic, like, but the dragonborn monk, at least in this current sort of roles that I've been doing, is quite interesting. But we'll hold that. We'll hold that for a moment. Let's see. A helpful halfling sorcerer from a backwater village who bangs on about their genealogy to everyone. So what have we got so far? We've got a fighter, a paladin, a sorcerer, a rogue, and a barbarian. We've got a good mix. That's a party. Let's add a row above. That's our first party. Let's add that in there. So we'll grab another 5. Might as well whilst we're at it. Let's actually name this file. Oh, sorry, I wasn't even looking at my chat. I need to really do that. Roll stats in row. Roll stats in row? Roll stats in row? In row? Well, you know, I'm about to play a half-elf paladin with hero complex. Yes! You were telling me about the hero complex. You were indeed. Roll stats in row, as in, like, put them all up here? Is that what you're meaning? I don't know. For some reason, chat still says I've got 0 people here. So you've been looking at the number, not the chat. But yes, hopefully I didn't miss you too long there. Well, I've got a party. By the way, Evapure, spoilers. Let's see. Helpful halfling sorcerer. No, I was going to skip that one. Like, roll a 4d6. Ah, yeah, that's right. That's always an option. I was just going to use the array. But yeah, no, doing that way could make it more interesting. Makes it more random. No swapping them. Decide the character that I keep forgetting about that as being an option. Like, I'm just so used to getting my character first and then not building around the stats. But yeah, I can do that for the second group. So I use the roles. Well, sorry, use the website for the first group and use the roles for the second group. So I've got all my dice here. Unfortunately, I don't have a second camera set up at the moment. Let's see, I grab my D4s, put the rest away. So, as reference, for those who don't know, if you're rolling for your stats, it's 4d6, drop the lowest, add the rest together. There are 6 stats. Let's see, which I have listed over here. Strength, Dex, Con, Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma. So, doing those in order, let's copy that over. Grab that, bring that over here. Pop that in there. Is that going to work? That might not quite work. I have to do this a little bit differently. Bring that down there. Yes, let's do it that way. And boop. It's been so long since I've rolled for stats. Use the point. Yeah, we've been using the point system for a while. It is easier. It's definitely easier. Pop you there. Yeah, that'll work. And boop. Oh no, I have to put a gap there. Damn you, wide spacing. Damn you. Boop. And boop. And now I have to bring that down. Come on. Cooperate. Cooperate. Better. Better. Okay. Yay, fun Excel technical stuff. Right, that'll do it. And let's get rid of those borders because they like to copy over. So, first one. What have we got? 5, 3, 4, 1. So we'll drop the 1. 5, 9, 12. That's actually not too bad for a strength. Point system is cool. I think it allows too much min-maxing. You can have blah blah in the stats if I recall. Stat array is what we've commonly used. I think rolling is a lot more fun because you don't know what you're going to get as long as it's all rolled in front of each other. Yeah, exactly. It is very easy to roll at home, get your base numbers, all of them in the way you want, and then just accidentally add an extra 1 or 2 here and there. It's like, ooh, I rolled all 18s, ha ha ha. Yeah, nah. Actually, I used to do, with the 4th edition character builder, they had the point system quite well put in there, which was good for the fine tweaking. But yeah, not always necessary to do a point buy system. It just overly complicates things. Let's see. Okay, dropped another 1. We've got 6, 9, 11. Oh no. 11. I also have a tendency to think about race before anything because it's that. Yeah. See, I'm much the same. Like, I'll think either what race I want to play and find a class to choose that, or vice versa. Usually, it's a class then suiting a race, and then it's the story to go with. For was it Tal'Neil, my drow? I blamed Dritz for reading so much Dritz. I had drow in my head for ages, and Warlock works really well for drow, so that just wasn't automatically gonna fit. And then there was the 13-page backstory, which came from that, and that took a bit to type. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 9 on Constitution. I don't know if he's going to be a fighter or not. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Let's see. I probably should have just brought up like an online dice roller. 6, 7, 8, that's 10, and that's 12. Stats pretty much down the middle at the moment. Pretty much down the middle. 5, 10, 13. So it's not terrible. So what's a class that features charisma and strength? That could be a warlock right there. Charisma based, decent strength. Dexterity is not bad. Constitution doesn't have to be that good. Wisdom for Arcana rolls. Yeah, that could be right there. That'll be a warlock. So let's type in up here. This is going to be our warlock. So for the warlock, what's going to need to choose a race to suit those stats as well. He's not that strong. It could be an elf. Could be an elf. That would explain not having a huge constitution. So what's something that... let's see, I've got my list here. A warlock. I could do a Gith. I haven't done a Gith before, because I haven't really used Modern Clan at all yet. Or it could be Shadowkai. Shadowkai might work for a warlock. What are the Shadowkai stats? Let's bring that up. Let's see, Modern Kaiden. I'll just have to break that down so I can actually see chat still. The Shadowkai. Okay, so from Modern Kaiden's Tomb of Foes, Shadowkai are listed under a sub-race of elves, which is page 58. Page 58. Is that right? Maybe. There we go. Sub-races, the elf Shadowkai. So, the stats from Shadowkai. See, I would totally play as a fighter with a weak stomach. True, that's quite a good possibility. But the good thing about going warlock, they can very much be fighting oriented, or that could be another stats for could do. Actually, no. Would Eldritch Knight work with that? So I think Eldritch Knight already has a set. Set modifier for their. Let's go scroll up. For their magic casting, I don't think it's a variable one. Fighter, page 70. Let's see, Eldritch Knight under fighter. Not that it has to be a magic user. It's just we've got the stats for magic, so we might as well use them somewhere. Let's see, Eldritch Knight. Spellmaster, intelligence base. So, yeah, intelligence is lower than charisma. So going wisdom or charisma for magic would be, I find, better. So I'm still thinking Shadowkai if the stats work. Actually, no, Shadowkai actually have a constitution increase, which would help. I don't know, these stats are very universal. I could let you play. Yeah, very true. They're pretty much down the middle. If I did go Shadowkai, having the extra one in the Constitution would help. That'll round that off. And I haven't done Shadowkai yet. It would make it a little bit more interesting. Am I even looking at the right one? Yes, I am. Yeah, let's just do Shadowkai. Let's do Shadowkai. Haven't done him yet. Shadowkai. Cool, right. Now let's do the next one. Drop that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is not a strength-based character. I've got to get these columns. Will you please be down the middle? Down the middle. But not you. You have to go there. Let's see. Drop that. 5, 9, 12. Let's see. Drop that. 10. That's a 16. So a constitution-based character. Oh, wrong way. Drop that. 4, 5, oh, 8. A very smart character. Maybe a Goliath. My lights are flickering. 12. Charisma. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Oh, 120 does not quite make sense. So off the top of my head, he's gonna be a Goliath, that's for sure. Goliath doesn't have a colon in there. But what class? Dexterity or wisdom base is the next highest. Could do a Goliath rogue. just to mix things up a little bit. Where's my list again? Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Triton. Oh yeah, Triton's a possibility. Tritons are, what are they? They're Xantha, aren't they? No, or is it Volo? No, Volo. 115. Let's see. Tritons. Where are your stats? Where are your stats? Down here. Strength, Con, and Charisma. Triton could work. Triton could indeed work. Let's see. Get rid of that. Let me think. And it does increase dex as well. Oh no, it's strength, con. Strength is low. Charisma goes up a little bit. Let me just compare with Goliath. What was Goliath under again? Goliath is in Elemental Evil. Is that this one? That's this one. Page 10. Let's see. Goliath. Where are your stats, mate? Goliath stats go Strength and Constitution. Strength and Constitution. That'll bring that up to 10. Constitution would be, that's only an extra 1. I don't know. What are dwarves like? I never remember the individual stats. I really should have all this memorized by now. I've been playing D&D long enough. Let's see. Dwarves are page 18. I could go Deep Gnome. 2 con, 1 whiz, or 2 con, 2 strength. Dwarf would work. A dwarf what? A dwarf what? Because that's, you got mountain dwarf. Hill dwarf. What about Deep Gnome? Deep Gnomes are in Mordenkainen. Let's have a look at Deep Gnome, shall we? No, I'm in Xanathar. I want Mordenkainen. There. Deep Gnomes. Deep Gnomes. Deep Gnomes are on page... Page what? Page 113. Skag? Oh, are they from the monstrous races? So I'm not sure. That's not ringing a bell for some reason. That is not ringing a bell. Okay. Elemental one? Oh, the oh yeah, the Ganassi. They were first featured in the Elemental Evil, I believe. Yeah, here. Scroll up. Yeah, no, in the Elemental Evil, what the Ganassi were, they've got the Aarakocra, Deep Gnomes, Ganassi and the Goliath. Or is that what you were talking about, the actual book? Deep Gnome, Modern Kinded, Deep Gnome, Elemental Evil. Yeah. Either or. Either or. I think it's the exact same write-up in both. Which is page 5 in this. Since I got it here. But what do we got? So I'm just going through Modern Kinded since it's the most recent. They might have a little bit more information in it. Probably exactly the same. Deep Gnome. Gnome traits. So gnome traits get dexterity. Dexterity. Optional features. I'm assuming this goes through as deep gnomes have the gnome traits. Oh yeah, so this the deep gnomes are classified as a sub-race. Right. So that would increase dexterity. And then the actual gnomes. The actual gnomes go home. The actual gnomes on page 35 in the Monster Manual, the Player's Handbook, they increase intelligence. Where are my stats again? Intelligence. Yeah, no, I don't think Deep Gnome will quite work. We'll stick with Dwarf, but then there's, of course, the Durger. The Durger. Don't write him in. I didn't write in the Durger. Durger. Where are you? The Durger? There you are. I completely and utterly missed him. Well, he's in Mordenkainen. So I'll just tap him in down here. Durger. So, page 81 in Mordenkainen. So we get the strength increase, so you get the base dwarven stat, then you get the extra strength increase. Which, again, looking at here, strength isn't huge. No, I'm going to stick with Goliath. I'm going to stick with Goliath for now. Oh, do I want to... No. Let's go with Hill Dwarf. Let's go with Hill Dwarf, because that way you get the extra wisdom increase, which will work for a rogue. Dwarf... Hill... I think it'll be a rogue. A rogue dwarf hill. A dwarf hill. A hill dwarf. Right. That's 2 characters. And then I just need to come up with some little bit of information behind those. So I can do that in a bit. Next. Drop that 8, 9, 10, and 11. Drop that 5, 9, 12. Drop that 13. Drop that. That's 11, 13. Where are we at? Drop that 16. So this is going to be a wisdom-based character. Unless I get particularly better on the next one. Not really. 10, 13. So, wisdom for sure. Every other stat is quite average. So I might as well utilize probably a wizard. We're probably thinking wizard here. So we'll go ahead and whack that in there. A wizard. And then let's think race. Really, with these stats right down the middle, we could choose anything. So let's choose a race that suits wizard. What suits wizard? Could go for elf, dragonborn, gnome, tiefling. Could go a Ganassi. Haven't got a Ganassi yet. Oh, actually. Now, I wasn't planning to. But in my campaign, we now have the Dark Ganassi, which have been brought forth. which I'm going to have to bring up some other information here. So again, in advance, spoilers for for anyone involved. Let's see. Under this one? I think it was under this one. The Dark Ganassi. Where were you? No. No, it wasn't in that one. A lot of quick scrolling just to throw off the scent. Oh, we'll be under this one. And the previous notes. Things I never got done. The Dark Ganassi. So, races that are going to be available, as playable or otherwise. I pulled up information from previous versions of Ganassi, which haven't been officially released in 5th edition yet. So Dark Ganassi, also known as Paraganassi in official terminology, which include Blackfire, Oil Sludge and Ooze, Ash and Smoke, and Ember and Magma. Or there's the Corrupted Soul Ganassi, also known as the Abyssal Ganassi, which will include the Caustic Soul, the Cinder Soul, Plague Soul, and Void Soul. So, now, to avoid looking up all the individual information about this, because at the moment it is literally just in there, what was it, the Dragon magazines and so on. So to avoid having to look up all those individually, I've got them saved somewhere. I'm just going to pick one. So we've got, because I did group some of these together, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 variations of the Ganassi. So let me get an 8-sided dice and I'll roll for it. Let's see who's going to be joining the team. No, that's not an 8-sided dice. That is also not an 8-sided dice. It's in here somewhere. There, no, that's a D4. Let's put that straight back away. Tip them out. This is the logical thing when you got a bag of dice. Tip them out. Get the one that you want straight away. There it is. Right, so we're going straight for number 8. We're doing a Void Soul. That's going to be very interesting. Will anyone trust the Void Soul Ganassi? Will they indeed? Can Beaver have too many? Oh, can never have too many. As opposed to Beaver, yes. Yeah, I was going to straight up just have them all so I can just copy the stats. But I thought, no. With my general idea behind them, I'll just smash a few together. Give me less work to do. So, we're going for a Void Soul Ganassi. So let's get that tapped in here. Ganassi, in brackets, Void Soul. Now, let me... That doesn't quite fit, does it? Let's just shrink down. Let's shrink that down. Let's shrink that right down. Yes, the Shaman. One day you will get it done. Actually, how about... Actually, undo. Void. That makes more sense. So, the Void Soul, I will have to look up those stats eventually, when I get to that particular character. But, let's put that over there. Next one! Whoop, dropped a dice. Right, so let's just get that. This is a 12 for strength. I'm rolling very down the middle today. Very down the middle. Usually they're just straight up low. Drop that one, that's 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoop, no, dropping multiple dice this time. Drop that one, that is an 11. No. No. Push the buttons in the correct order. There we go. There we go. Oh, this is not a good stat. That's only a 10. I've had worse, actually. I've had worse. Drop that. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so... Will he be charisma based? Oh. Good thing you never count a floor roll, because that was a 1. And that didn't get much better. So, let's see. 4, 6, 9. Wow. Okay, he's not the best. He is not the best. And then you guys got to play him for like one session. It was the Orc Barbarian intelligence of like 4. Yeah. 4 intelligence. Oh, that guy. Yes, I remember that guy. That took me a moment. I remember that guy. he was fun to play with. He was an interesting character. Right, so these stats are very, very average. Again, they're quite down the middle. So we'll vaguely focus on strength. Vaguely focus on strength. So we need something that actually gives a good... We need a race that gives good modifiers. So let's have a quick look. Something strength based, closely followed by, was it Dex and Con, and then Intelligence. So yeah, this is an interesting one. This is an interesting one. So I don't know with this one. I really don't know. His stats are so average. I suppose we can go human. We can go human. He'll get a few little human base bonuses. That's something. Yeah, so we'll make him human. Buttons, please. Human. Human what? What suits? What class suits this? No point going cleric. I suppose we could go for a fighter. Could go maybe Dex. We're a monk. Wow, your stats doesn't really suit much at all. Stats doesn't suit much at all. Well, let's see. We can go. Well, we could go ranger, but a utility ranger. Oh, but then he'll need a higher wisdom. No, that's not gonna work. That won't work. How's the boot? If we go fighter, we have the option of... Ooh, could go cavalier. Give him a mount. The mount would help. Have to mount the character. The mount is more important than the character himself. Yeah, let's do that. He's going to be a fighter. He's going to be a cavalier fighter. Let's tap that in there. A fighter. Mr. Ed, yes. Cavalier? Is that how you spell it? I don't remember. Cav-I-E. Yeah, I got it right. Cool. Nice. So yeah, so for that particular one, we'll have to come up with... We'll have to decide a good mount. But that's fine. We'll get to that. I got that backwards. That's let's see. Copy, paste, human. There. That's fine. Right, last one. Last one. Let's see. Let's see. Oh. This is not a strength-based character. This is a role more typical of myself. Not strength-based. He's got no strength. No strength whatsoever. So what's this? The modifier for a strength of 4 is -3. Not strength-based. Yes. His dex is a bit better at 13. I keep rolling at least one off the table. Drop that. That's 11. That's 14. So his constitution's good, but his strength isn't good at all. That's contradictory. Oh, here's a decent-ish. 14 on intelligence. Same as con. Drop that. Oh. Wisdom is 7. And 9 on charisma. So we've got a weak, whining character with good constitution, intelligence, and dexterity. So what classes are int-based? That's something I actually failed at doing with my preparation today, I didn't actually put down what the main stat these classes focus on. So what is int based? What is intelligence based? No, sorcerer is charisma. That's charisma. Are there even any characters any classes that are charisma based? Not charisma, intelligence based. Huh. I suppose we could go Dex. Something Dexy. Wizards are the only real int-based class. Could argue Rogue is as well, I suppose. Arcane Trickster. We could do Arcane Trickster. So if I bring that up, let's see. What is... Depends on what their stat is. Let's see. Rogue is page 94. Page 94. Let's have a squiz. So, the Arcane Trickster, he's... what is your spellcasting modifier? It is intelligence based, right. He's an Arcane Trickster. There we go. He is a weak, whiny Arcane Trickster. That's what we're going for. So he is a rogue Arcane Trickster. Sure, just go over the other side. That's fine. See if I care. But now we need a race. What race works? I'm going to center all these. Now that doesn't fit very well. Undo that. Whatevs. Right, so a race that will give dexterity and intelligence. We could probably look at... We can probably look at elves. Actually, the Gith. I wonder what the Gith are like these days. I haven't looked at the Gith. I really should have. But they seem like they might suit. If they haven't changed too much. Because there's the Gith Zerai and the Gith Yankee. So page 85 from Mordenkainen. 85. Let's take a squiz. So the Gith. Are you gonna give me some stats here somewhere? Gith Zerai. Keep scrolling. Oh, characters. So, Gith traits. Int boost, straight off the bat. The Yankee also get a strength boost, and the Zerai also get a wisdom boost. So, wisdom, not so much. Strength, we started so well. Oh, okay, so not going Gith then. Not going Gith. So Dex and Int. What can we do? I could do an Eladrin. There is the Eladrin option. Where do Eladrins fall under? They fall under page 61, also in Mordenkainen. So the Eladrins get... let's see. Do they have a stat block? Yeah, Legends trait. So they increase. Oh, they increase charisma. Why? And then of course there's the different versions of them, which also give additional abilities. But charisma is not something that we're looking at right now. Okay, so scrap the Eladrin. Scrap the Gith. Oh no, that's just something I was going to show off later. A dex-based race with good intelligence. Let's go back to the player's handbook and let's have a look at the Dragonborn. I wonder if I can fit a Dragonborn into this. Can I force Dragonborn into this character? Let's see, it's going to be a 32. So the Dragonborns get strength and charisma. No. 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 He's not gonna work. He's not gonna work at all. I could do another Ganassi, but I don't want to. Or actually, I could do another Ganassi. I could very indeed do another Ganassi. Because I can just straight up go ahead and just fudge it afterwards. Bear with me while I reply to these messages. I do. Yeah, I can do a Ganassi. Because normally, let's see, let's hip into the Elemental Evil as a base. Ganassi get stats that are Constitution, and then an additional stat based on their element. So air, for example, has dexterity, fire has intelligence, water has wisdom, and then there's earth, which has strength. And if I go ahead and look at see, these stats wouldn't be that much dissimilar to what's already available. Caustic being sort of acidic. They'd be very similar to the Oil Sludge Ooze, but it's more acid based. Black Fire just being demonic fire. Cinder, it's actually very similar to Ember Magma. Also very close to Ashen Smoke. So I might even condense these down more once I actually start developing them properly. And then of course there's Plague. So the stats were again Intelligence and Constitution. And what was the base stat for the Ganassi, which was, where'd you go? Constitution. So something that gives a bonus to dexterity or intelligence. Dexterity or intelligence. Could do Caustic. So I would find Plague would probably increase intelligence. Caustic would be very similar to water. I could make him an Ashen Smoke. That'll increase dexterity. Yeah, let's make him an Ashen Smoke. What's on the phone? Oh, all good. All good. So I'm just trying to decide the race for our Arcane Trickster. I've decided to narrow it down to Ganassi, because I have the base Ganassi trait of, what was it, Constitution, and then I've got that Elemental trait, which I'm deciding is going to be one of the custom ones, and I'm probably going to go for an Ashen Smoke, because that will increase the Dexterity base. So it gets extra Constitution and Dexterity, which would work reasonably well for an Arcane Trickster. Or I could do it, or I could focus him on Intelligence. Because the additional bonus is only going to be an extra 1 point. So in that case I could make him a Plague Soul. but that might not fit too well with actually getting him into the group. Yeah, let's make him Ash and Smoke. Nasty. And we'll just say Smoke. Smoke. For now. Because looking at these more, I'm probably going to condense them down a little bit more. Because the Caustic and the Oil Sludge Ooze sort of overlap. Same with the Cinder and the Ember Magma. So we'll get to that later. So I think that's all our characters. So let's name this our let's see, NPC parties. NPC parties. Yes. Pop that over there. Alright, so I don't need the dice now. That's pretty much the majority of the rolling for the moment. I'll need it in a bit later. So actually no, I still need to roll the stats for the others. So how's the boot? I actually bring this font size down to about a 10. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. And I'll do stats for these over here. Alright, so for these ones, for the first ones, actually no, I'm going to use the array on these ones. So we've got the two different styles of actually making characters. We've got the get your idea, use the base stats, quick build style, and then we've got our individually rolled, make the character from the rolls idea. So the array for stats is 5, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8. And that is supposed to be that. Cool, so we'll grab that, we'll pop that over here, paste, actually I paste it in there as well, come on, paste it all, cool. And I don't want those lines in there. Thank you very much. Right, so that's our characters. Let's keep these all named. We'll call this this first sheet is the character base. Character base. And then we'll make another page, which will be the first party. Let's see, rename party 1. Party 1. And then we'll call this party 2. Because that makes sense. Alright, so under party 1, we need to copy out all this. Bring that over into here. So, when I'm doing characters in Excel, I've got this, for example. This looks like a complete mess to start with. A complete another mess. I just realised I got an extra follow when I was offline yesterday. From AZG, Sweetie Goodness. That was actually probably from Lady Hannah's stream. She did a call out for streamers yesterday. She is a wonderful streamer. If you've never seen Lady Hannah, she is an Australian streamer. She does cooking, she does Minecraft. She is the partner of Wild. They are a great couple. And then of course there's Wild Jr., who's now going into esports, and because he only turned 13 last year, so she's been streaming on and off with Wild, and it's a big nerdy family. They're great. Anywho, back to this. Less the distractions. So this character sheet was for... oh, what level was this guy? I don't even remember. But he was a bard, as you can see on the top there. Circus the Chiefly Bard. I've got... it's a little bit of a jumble. This is less than... well, sorry, this is more than what I'm going to actually have on the others. I'm just going to have the basic stats. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more basic. So even this is more than what I've already got. Oh, I've still got a formula over there. Go figure. But yeah, no. So I did have Talneil as well. Where did Talneil go? He's not on my Google Drive. I wonder if that sheet will actually be more appropriate for copying. Probably not. Characters, Talneil, if you'll be so kind as to open... What are you lagging for? Here. So this is actually going to open an Excel. Yeah, this is a bit more basic. Did that? Oh, it is there. For some reason, I thought it was the same screen. Yeah, this is a bit more basic. It's very similar to what I had for Circus there, just less stuff. See, I'm going to still need all... I'm going to need the skills, I'm going to need the stats, I'm going to need HP arm class, spell stuff, because again, spoilers for Evapure, there may be things happening with these parties whilst the main party is off doing things. Surprise, surprise. Because you've got 3 quests from the very beginning. And 3 parties. Which one will you choose for what? Who knows? Yeah, let's just close that. Let's use this. This is technically the more advanced version of what I had. So, I need to condense this down to be more manageable for 5 characters on a page. Right, so, that's the wrong thing. Circus, there you are. So, we want all that. Yeah, all that. Now, we don't need to worry about the health count. We'll trim that down over here. Let's paste that in there. Okay, so we need to trim down for each. We don't need to worry about that, because once they are built, they don't need to... Actually, no. Ooh, that's a thing. That's a thing. Let's just delete that for a moment. Because I do have other plans that which will be coming really handy to have all this information splayed out for me. So the actual totals are pre-calculated. The modifiers are... Oh yeah, because this was a barred sheet, I had the round down formula for a lot of these stats. So I'm going to have to redo all this actually, but that's fine. This is fine. This is what we do here. We find a way that suits and can be carried over for everything. So we've got a fighter, paladin, sorcerer, rogue, and a barbarian. That's actually quite a round party, so that's actually good. So we'll start off with. Let's actually grab all that and pull this down underneath. We'll do this in stages. First one, of course, is going to be our inconsiderate half-elf fighter from a bustling city who was apprenticed to a failing alchemist. Let's delete those rows, thanks. Cool. So, fighter stats, but I could actually do him as a, because you got fighter options, martial archetypes. Is that actually even big enough over here? Let's zoom in a little bit, make it a bit easier to see. 150, there we go. So, fighter archetypes. Something that will suit that kind of story would either be, will probably be the Eldritch Knight, 'cause that gives you the magical option. There is the Purple Dragon Knight. I could go that way. The Purple Dragons are featured to a point in my campaign, so I could do that, or I could even do an Arcane Archer, which, let's see, over here we've got Paladin, Sorcerer, Rogue, Barbarian. So Paladin and Barbarian, they're going to be front lines. I could have an Archer. Yeah, let's make him an Arcane Archer. Let's have him... let's give him some... alchemical arrows. We'll do that. We'll make that who he is. So to suit a arcane archer, actually I didn't want that. I would like to bring up Player's Handbook. So arcane archer, that is, I believe, where are you? You're in Xanathar. So Xanathar? No, Morden. There goes Xanathar. We would like to look up what exactly attributes the arcane archer. Page 28 in Xanathar. So, let's see. Arcane archer. So they have, they gain spells for the arcane archer lore. Oh wait, no, they're the features. Arcane archer lore, which you learn magical theory and some secrets of nature. Typical for. Let's zoom in. This is, like, I know you can't see this, but it's small on my screen. Typical for practitioners of this elven martial. Elven? Actually, no, that should be fine because he's in half elf, isn't he? Yes, he's half elf. That's fine. You gain proficiency in either arcane or nature skill, so that's just very simple. And you also choose to learn either prestidigitation or druidcraft. Yeah, so we'll gain druidcraft as well. That's fine. So I've got to make these. These characters are all going to be level 10. They have to suit the party, which is going to be a level 10 party. Which sort of goes without saying, even though I just said it. They also get arcane shot. Well, no, that was too much scroll too quickly. That's what happens when you zoomed in. Oh, where did I lose him? I lost him. There he goes. Arcane shot. So you learn to unleash special magical efforts with some of your shots. When you gain this feature, you learn 2 arcane shot options of your choice. See arcane shot options below. Let's have a quick squiz at that. Arcane shot options, which are banishing arrow, beguiling arrow, bursting arrow, enfeebling arrow, grasping arrow, piercing arrow, seeking arrow, and shadow arrow. That's actually pretty interesting. So you get 2 of those. How are we going for time? I got plenty of time. So that's arcane shot. You also get magical arrow at level 7, which is to infuse your arrows with magic. When firing magical arrows from a short or long bow, you can make it magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance. That is a useful thing. That's sort of one of the more general features that you can get towards the mid-level range, when you're expected to be fighting monsters that would have some kind of magical resistance. You also gain the curving shot. Oh no, curving shots. Got to shoot around Angelina Jolie to shoot a pig. Dead pig, but still. Makes sense. Makes sense here. This is a magical world. Doesn't make sense in whatever. Best move. See, I had nothing wrong with the movie. It's good and showy, but there's always something in movies like that. It's like, yes, let's curve a bullet. That makes total sense. Anyway, curving a shot. You learn how to direct an errant arrow toward a new target. When you make an attack roll with a magical arrow and miss, you can use a bonus action to reroll the attack again against a different target within 30 feet of the original target. Interesting. That is very interesting. And then it's going up to Evershot, but that's a level 15 skill. We're not going that far. So that's fine. We're going for the... Let's fill this in a little bit. Let's see. Features... Delete that. Don't need that to be there. This stuff has got to go. That... let's get rid of those. Remove that. It doesn't need instruments. Doesn't need that in there. That can stay there for now. What have we got? We've got calculations there. It's a formula there. Right, we'll leave the rest of that there for the moment. Right, so we'll just type over the side here. He is a half elf. He is a fighter, but an arcane archer. So, for that, we will need to have a look at the stat. Does he need a specific stat, or does it say it up? No, it's just saying he's using magic. That's fine. So we want dexterity for his highest score. Now these are all just inputted numbers that I've copied over. Those are not. Right, let's delete all that. Right, so highest stat is going to be dexterity. So we'll make that 15. He's not going to be front row, so he doesn't need a high constitution. That's fine. Going for arcane archer. He doesn't need specific to have... Oh, that's too much scroll. Too much scroll. Too much scroll. He doesn't need to have an ability to be there for magic, but it would make sense to have it there. So having intelligence, decent intelligence would be good, but since we're going archer high, wisdom would also be good. So we'll go... yeah, because wisdom covers perception, which is going to be a key here. And arcane, of course, is intelligence. So we'll go 14. We'll use it up to 14 for wisdom, and then the 13 for intelligence. He doesn't need a high strength for charisma. He doesn't need to be very charismatic. That's fine. Might as well use the 12 for constitution. Give him some health. And that will... Oh, don't... I keep hitting F12. Go away. And I'll leave the 10 and the 8, so he won't be charismatic, that's fine. And then give him 10 in strength, so he might as well be able to use a dagger if necessary. So, that's him. Now I need to get... let's just pull this page aside for a moment, just so I can use my stats. Actually, no, let's copy this over. Let's bring that over. Copy... Let's just whack that in there. Now I've got that right there. Useful. Right, so strength of 10. That'll give you a modifier of 0. Dexterity of 15 gives him a modifier of +2. 12 gives him a 1. 13 also a 1. 14 also a 2. Charisma of 8 is a -1. So let's actually... These are bolded because they're saves... unbold these stuff, so I have to do that later. Now the round down formula, I do need to go ahead and get rid of that, because again, this sheet was taken from a bard. Oh no, that's actually a full-on formula. Oops, undo. Let's see, so proficiency is going to read from the appropriate skill, which is I3, so I've got to get rid of all of that. That makes sense. That makes sense. Why is that 3? No, proficiency bonus. That hasn't... That's a 1. That's making more sense now. Much more sense. So again, I have to go ahead and just remove this additional formula. What do you mean there's a problem? Oh, I left a bracket in there. Of course. That's fine. I don't actually need... I don't think I need the proficiency column. Because again, Circus was a bard, so you gain extra proficiencies. That's why I actually had that additional column. So why am I worrying about that? Let's just go ahead and delete that. We just need the straight up modifier. And then the total will add the proficiency for stuff that needs it. Yes, that makes more sense. It makes a lot more sense. Delete these cells and shift left. Of course it does. It's got to break apart all these. The downside to having to shift merged cells. All good? No. That's probably one of the ones I'm playing up. Are we good now? I think we're good now. Right. Delete the cells. Thanks. No, delete the cells and move them left. Why are you doing this? Wait, are they? No, they're... That's weird. Why is that going like that? Ah, that's right, because Ah, there. That's probably the ones. That was probably the ones. Now remove that. Can I remove it now? Delete the cell, shift and left. Thank you. Thank you very much. That did mess things up a lot though. Yep, sure. I've got to fix all this. Bear with. Bear with. Connection issues? I don't think I'm having issues. I'm not dropping any frames. No, it should be good. Might be Twitch's side. Might be. Am I dropping in and out, am I? Well, admittedly, I'm doing this in Google Documents, which is using Chrome. And Chrome uses a lot of CPU. Well, it uses a lot of memory in general. Let me just pop onto twitch.tv. I want to get to my dashboard. Give me that. Once again, I would do this. I hate going mobile. Exclude spot plays. Been fine so far for me. That's cool. Cool. Might be just be local internet issues. It does have issues. Oh, good. Right. So I'll go back to just quickly fixing up these merged cells to deal with. I'll be honest, it's pretty. Yeah, weather's pretty terrible around here. Pretty terrible. Right. That's got all that lined up again. I'm just going to get rid of those lines there because they're bugging me. They're bugging me. Cool, right, okay. So we've got our stats in there. These are just straight up reading from the appropriate columns. Should be the appropriate columns. So dexterity is reading from F4, dexterity mod F4. Nice, cool. So that should be perfectly fine. Should be. Right, so I've got to get... yes, saves. Let's just negate that for a moment. So I haven't got that far yet. Right, so that's just the base. I think that's everything I need. That's all my stats. Get rid of that. So we have to now start leveling up normally. I can't remember if I did his health properly. Not this particular character, but where I copied the sheet from. It looks like I didn't actually do his health properly. But that's fine. Let's go past that. Let's just delete that. So, health is the easy one to work out to start with. So, he is a half-elf. Well, actually, let's grab... Oh, wrong thing. Wrong button. Wrong button. We'll start with the player's handbook. We'll get his half-elf stats. Copy them over into the document. Half-elf is page 38 of the player's handbook. 38, thank you very much. So, as a half-elf, he has a char boost of 2. He has 2 other ability scores of your choice increased by 1. So he's got an additional 1 and 1 to go to whatever abilities that he wants. Age is not applicable. I'll leave that for the story. Let's see, alignment's not applicable. Size not applicable. Speed. Yeah, speed's 30 feet, that's fine. He does have dark vision, which is 60 feet. That's conveniently same as where I copied before. So he also gets the Fey Ancestry, which needs to be under his features, which I deleted for some reason. Let's actually go ahead. Pop that there, copy that, and pop that up there. Cool. So, features, he's got Fey Ancestry, that's probably spelled wrong. Ancestry, close enough. Which gives him advantage on saving throws to being charmed. I'll type that here. Advantage on saves on, I'll say charmed saved. Charmed saves. And magic I can put to sleep. And sleep magic. Now this is in the way, isn't it? Of course it is. Let's move it down here. Ready for the next character. So, that is a feature that he gets. He also gets the skill versatility, which you gain proficiency in 2 skills of your choice. So let's pop that down here. Skills. It's 2. And then languages, I can just straight ahead pop that over here. Oh, that's a joint cell still. Stop being joint. Thank you very much. He can speak, read, and write Common, Elvish, and 1 extra language. So Common is also always given. Well, not always, but majority of the time they're given. And of course Elvish, since he is half elf. And then another language of our choice later. Why is that like that? And don't be underlined. Thanks. Cool. So, we'll go ahead and increase his charisma by 2. That'll bring that up to 10. Is that right? Charisma 2? Yes. And so, a 10 modifier is actually now a 0. That is much better than a -1. And then an additional 1 in 2 other skills. Since we are going an archer-based class, we might as well give him some extra dexterity, but it's only 1 point in 2 different abilities, so I can't go ahead and whack the 2 points. And 2 other ability modus. Yeah, it specifically says 2 other ability scores of your choice increased by 1. So I don't have 2 points, I have 2 scores that increase by 1. So I'll make dexterity. Sorry, putting my drink bottle on my mouse. Dexterity is going up to 16, so that'll increase his modifier there up to 3. Because every even number, it goes up by 1. And then another... Let's go ahead and delete that. And then the other one will be... Might as well increase his dexterity, intelligence by 1. That'll actually round it off, give him an extra point in intelligence. That would make sense. So make that a 14, that'll bring that up to 2. Right, easy. So he has no negative stats now. That's good. Can't have a negative stat, unless you actually really want to play a character with negative stats. Which actually can be quite fun. Actually, what was I playing? I played something with a penalty to strength recently. Can't remember what it was, though. Anywho, oh, actually, was that Circus? Yeah, Circus had a penalty to strength because I put him on the lowest score. Yeah, because we were playing a special rule set. So we had there was penalties to put into something. I can't remember what it specifically was, but yeah, he had a penalty to strength. That was interesting. I really want to play Circus again. I actually put a fair bit of effort into him. I've only played it once so far. But anywho, skills. So he gets a bonus... well, he gets proficiency in 2 skills of his choice, which may as well be Arcana, and probably Perception. That would make sense. Yeah, so Arcana and Perception get his proficiency, so that's going to be H3. So I've got to add the formula here in H3, and if I... Oh no, that's an equals. I want a plus. Let's just copy that. Now just go ahead, here we go, Perception, and just whack that in there. Right, so we've now got that addition, right there. Nice. So that's the skills taken care of. And now that is just the racial side. So now we have to jump over to the most of the work, which is going to be the actual class side. Let's jump up to fighter, which I can never remember what page that is. That's why there is a contents in each book. Fighter is page 70 in the player's handbook. So like I said, we are going to be jumping up to level 10. So we'll do each step one at a time, starting with probably the health is going to be the easiest. Yeah, first thing you do, of course, is health. His health is going to be D10s. So add that little note in there. He's got 10 levels. And that's his hit dice spent, so we don't need that there at all. So it's of course base. Let's do this as a formula. Actually, let me zoom in again. I'll bring that into 150. Now, how can you see that nicely, reasonably? I'll type it in here. It should be fine. Blah, blah, blah. There. So, formula being at first level it is 10 plus his constitutional modifier, which isn't anything, but that is F8. So that is the base, and then I need to add 10 levels, which is going to be. I could roll for this, but I might as well just take. I could take the average, which is 6 per level plus Constitution modifier per level, which is not going to be anything. Add not con. No, it says fighter. It says charisma. Not charisma. It says Constitution. This is his health, so it's Constitution modifier, not charisma. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Now I see what you said. Yeah, I have added his charisma, not his constitution. Thank you. I'm with you now. Thank you very much. I read the wrong thing, didn't I? F5. That would have made all the difference. Yeah. Thank you. This is what helps when I've got people watching. They pick up on all my mistakes. Thanks. Right. So now per level, do I want to roll? Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and roll. Let's go ahead and roll. Why not? Where are my D10s? I need that one, and that one, and that one. And do I have another one? Why would I have got 3? I thought I had 2 sets of dice here. Maybe I only got. Okay. Oh well. I'm either missing a dice or I never got an extra one. That's fine. Get in there. So I've got to roll 9 times. Oh good. That. 1 health. Oh yeah, it will. It may only be 1, but it'll make the difference. So, first 3 levels. We've got a 6, a 9, and a 2. So, plus... now, I've got to do this per level, just for consistency. So, the 6, which is plus again, plus F5. And then, plus, so if I... Oh, no. Damn it. That'll be right. I've got to type it up here, otherwise it does stupid things. Right, start it again. Equals 10, no bracket, please. Equals 10 plus F5, close bracket, plus first roll of 6 plus F5, close bracket. Thank you. And now, if I can copy that, I can. Thank you very much. Plus the next one, which is a 2. Plus the next one, which is a 9. So that's the first 3 levels. So it gives us up to level 4. And then we've got... Oh, we've got a 10, a 7, and a 7. That's actually pretty good. I think I'm above average now. Plus... 10 plus 7 plus 7. This is going to be pretty good for health. And then the last 3 levels, we've got a 9, an 8, and a 2. Plus that 9. Oh, no, that's a 0. Plus that 8. And plus the 2. That's an equal sign. Right, so how we do? 80. That's not too shabby. Not too shabby for an archer class. Well, not archer class, but an archer. Right. Okay, so, and then, of course, he's not currently got any armor. We'll deal with equipment later. So, next thing... Raptor armor. So, I might as well just give him the basic stuff for now. There's no point giving him anything particularly good. So, he is... Actually, no, we'll do... No, up to skills. So, he can wear all armor and shields. We won't have any shields. Actually, that's the thing. Do armor? Oh, that's way too far. 150 for equipment. Yeah, here we go. With the armors, what's his strength? His strength is so I can't wear heavy armor above ring mail, which is a 14 defense. But there's no point going above medium armor because that actually does add I could just go studded leather actually because that's a 12. No. Yeah, actually, I think studded leather has the ability to get stronger with a dex-based character than any medium's armor. Considering medium armor, the highest medium armor is a half plate, which is a 15 plus dex to a maximum of 2. So the most you're actually going to get from that is a 17. A max dex character, which would be a stat of 20. Oh, that's scrolled way too far. I need to go over here. So your max stat character is a plus 5. Which is... Wait, no, it's still going to be a 17. That's still going to be a 17. But the half plate does give disadvantage to stealth. And being elf, we probably wouldn't want that. So, let's just give him studded leather. Let's just give him studded leather. We don't need to go anything above that. Now, is that using a formula from H12? No, it is not. So, we've got to add in the proper formula here. It is a base of 12 plus dex mod, which should be G. Why are you grabbing it from the saves? It's F. We want to go F. Why? Because I changed this around too much. F. And then... in this case, we don't actually need to add that. We just need that base formula, which is a 15, because he's wearing studded leather. There. Right, easy. Easy peasy. So we got in his armor. Let's go back to, was it page 71? Is that right? Yes, it was. So he's wearing studded leather armor. Weapons can be any simple weapons, any martial weapons. He's going to have a longbow, naturally. And then probably just like a little dagger or something. Doesn't need to be anything too special. I could give him... Do I want to give him a crossbow? No, let's go actual bow. Let's go actual bow. But now, next thing in the line is to do the saving throws. So he gains the class bonus of strength and constitution. So, strength, we might as well add the extra formula for H3 plus H3. Are you making these characters for a campaign you're running? It's not one I'm running for right now. It's one that I'm getting ready to run. Probably going to still be a few months away because we've got out of our group. There's like 3. I think all but one of us are actually going to be running some kind of campaign at some point. I think I'm second or third in line after the campaign that we're currently running. So yeah, just getting the initial things ready. But yeah, I've got a fair bit of stuff that this set of characters will need to do if they survive. But yes, should be interesting. And what was the other one? Constitution, of course. Add in the additional H3, plus H3. Plus H3, there we go. And that increases his saves. Now he also gains the extra skills. Choose 2 skills from acrobats, animal handling, athletics, history, insight, intimidation, perception, and survival. Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. Yes, got to get ready for all this. I've got so many notes everywhere because this is actually part 3 of the campaign series that I'm running. Like I've got all these notes I've got to fit in. I've got, like, this is my main drive. I've got all these notes, all these different files here. I have to actually recondense down because the RFS ones from part 2, I've already condensed down most of those, but I still got to condense them into the rest, and it's so much work. And not only that, this is also allowing homebrew, so I've got to make sure to get the homebrew options available. This is why I'm starting now. Never leave it till last minute when you want to do all the custom stuffs. But yes, where was I? The skills. So what skills would make sense for an arcane archer? He's also half-elf, so got to keep that in mind. But he is also an inconsiderate half-elf. So, insight probably won't be a thing because he's inconsiderate. He probably won't care about what other people think. Intimidation seems appropriate, actually. So let's give him intimidation. Where is that? Intimidation. That's charisma based. Oh, he won't be very good at intimidation, which makes all the more sense for him being inconsiderate. So let's add that in. So it's H3, wasn't it? Plus H3. There we go. So he's not 1 point in intimidation. He's probably going to use that a lot. And now we've also got to choose. Let's see, probably would like to have some survival. Yeah, let's give him survival. Just due to the world setting. H3. There we go. Right. And then it goes, of course, into the additional options that are available per level with the fighter. So let's... Oh, I scrolled too far again. Stop using that. And let me just zoom in on my own screen. So, let's start making a list of what we need to add for him. Actually, I need to get these dice out of the way before I start putting my wrists on them. There we go. So, at first level, he chooses a fighting style. And he gets second wind. We need to, it gains Action Surge at level 2. And then gets the Martial Archetype. A lot of our campaigns are homebrew settings, the DM's feel gives. It does, they're because when I was typing all this page out earlier this morning, here, you've got a good selection of classes, you got a good selection of races, especially with the additional books that have come out. But the classes, even though there are all these variations, still seem quite limiting. There's still only 12 classes, and that is the part where it starts to get a little bit samey. So I've got gunsmithing as a thing. It's borderline steampunk-ish. It just sort of takes aspects from that. So you get your firearms. You get more alchemist classes, which actually I found a pretty good alchemist class on Tumblr earlier, yesterday or this morning. I can't recently. Which will probably replace the previous alchemist class, which I allowed, just because there's more for it. But yeah, giving more options, just opens up a whole new kettle of fish. Whole new kettle of fish. Now, the archetype we went for Arcane Archer. So that's already filled in. Let's see. We also have the ability score improvement. He gains extra attack. Now, let's see. I've got to actually adjust this list slightly. Things that he actually gets, like Second Wind, Action Surge, and Extra Attack. They're things that he just does. With the curse, we'll probably release a new Alchemist class soon. Yeah. Actually, I forgot they got a new, the Eberron one coming out. Beyond already has Eberron released, which is actually quite good. Just like the basic stuff, but yeah. So that's that. And then the ability score improvement, I'll just add that up here. So yeah. And let's just add. That's not sitting right. Ab score imp. Hey. One so far. No, one so far. So that's things he's got. That's information I need to fill in. Where was I? Martial archetype feature. So that will, I'll just fill that in when I get to it. That's fine. Ability score improvement at 8th level. So he's got 2 of these now. I've got to do. Indomitable 1 use. So that's something that he actually has. Indomitable. And then he gets an archetype feature. So he's got 2 features. 2 features? And I'll deal with that when I get to it. And he's got 2 ability score improvements. So, naturally, the ability score improvements are 2 points. 2 points? 2 points. Yeah, he gets 2 points to spend where he feels. Which, of course, he got 2 lots of those. So he got 4 free points. Where does he want to put his 4 points? Let me think. So, dexterity, naturally. You could be using spreadsheets for my campaign. Might be spending some time typing these. Maybe. Very much maybe. If it's anything like the current one, where I get like 2/3, 3/4 all done, and it's like, by the way, we're changing. That's all good. No, I actually like even. I like doing this kind of stuff. It gives me something to do. Just keeps my hands busy. Keeps my hands busy. It's fun. But yes, I've got 4 points to spend in places. So, dexterity is actually going to get at least 2 of those points. So let's go ahead and straight to put those in there. So let's bring that up to an 18, which brings that up to a 4. Constitution would be useful, but I'd have to add at least 2 points in there to get this score improvement. Which really only gives him more health, at least you're not playing... Yes, that is true. I'm still paying attention. I'm still doing D&D things when I'm doing that. Helps me memorize the options as well. Mostly. Now, intelligence would be something useful, or wisdom. You know what, I'm going to whack this into wisdom, because he's still a half-elf, so he's going to be reasonably perceptive. So bring that up to 16, give him a 3 point there. Right. Easy. Easy peasy. Right, that's done. Delete that. So there are his options. So I call those features, so I'll whack that up there. The fighting style, I need to do that, which I believe... Archery, yes. Fighting style archery, which is a +2 bonus to attack rolls when making with ranged weapons. Words coming out of one's mouth are usually quite good. Archery. That's not how you spell archery. That's not how you... Hey, got there in the end. Which is a... Oh. Problem with XL, you can't start with a plus. Plus. +2. Bonus. 2. Ranged attacks. Wang weapons sounds cooler. Yes. Wang. Don't get me started. I may have this as an M-rated stream, but don't get me started. Right, so fighting style is Art 2, which is the +2 bonus, so that is done. So that is, of course, another feature. We'll just... Actually, no, let's bring that up here, because that is an earlier feature. Done. Right, Second Wind. Now, that is the option where... bonus action to regain hit points of D10 plus fighter level. Second Wind, bonus. I didn't select the screen. Let's scroll back up a little bit. And click over here. Bonus. Act. Is a D10 plus... 1d10 plus 10. 1d10 plus 10 HP. Blah, blah, blah. So on your turn, you can use a bonus action. You have unlimited well of stamina you can draw on to protect yourself. On your turn, blah, blah. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. That's fine. Like, for these characters, I don't need to take note of that specific side of things. It's just I need to be able to do basically micro encounters using this set of characters. Just because the setting being you start off, you're going to have the 3 quests, and you got 3 parties. You got the player party, and then you got the 2 NPC parties. I need to be able to have these 2 parties go off, do their part of the quests, and then still be able to use as much option available as they have to succeed, because there is actually going to be quite a high failure rate. Because as I've actually covered in previous D&D streams, the actual world that we're in is currently under a calamity of hellish darkness, and as a part of consequence of that, healing magic has taken a huge hit where it is nigh impossible to do. Resurrection is literally impossible to do. So if your character dies, if these character dies, they are dead. So if these guys actually get into a fight with any of the number of demons or devils that are roaming the land, there is a high chance of death. If one of them drops, that increases the chance of the rest of them dropping. And the consequences can cascade down to many different things. I am making a lot of work for myself, I know, a lot of work, but I've got time. That's why I'm starting early. This is why you start early, months in advance, many months in advance. But yes, I'm trying to type in Action Surge, which is starting at 2nd level where you push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take 1 additional action on top of your regular actions. So on your turn now, is that still a 1? Like, again, I don't specifically need to know if it's a once this feature is used. Yeah, you must deal with rest, but it still is useful to know. Like this kind of stuff, you sort of remember anyway when you go to use it, but I always like to double check when I'm typing it in. So 1 extra action, 1 extra action per say encounter. That's fine. And then of course there's the extra attack. Which is you attack twice, of course, and it increases not again until 11th level, so I don't need to worry about that. Attack twice. Was that as a bonus action? Begin the first attack twice instead of one. No, it's a straight up attack twice. Cool. Attack twice. Cool. And Indomitable. That's not one I'm familiar with. I haven't got a fighter this far before. Or I haven't played a fighter this far before, in the sense I need to know the options. So, you can re-roll a saving throw that you fail. If you do so, you must use the new roll, and you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. And then increases at 13th level, so that's fine. So, re-roll a save. Cool, easy. Right, now I've got to get the martial archetype features. But before I do that, I really need to run to the toilet, so I'll be back in like a minute. Just a brief little minute. Go BRB screen. Radio, back again. So, oh, that's the wrong screen. I want that screen. And of course my macro keys are a little bit stupid, so it changed screens on me. Oh good, I'm back. Right, so where was I? I was... Yes, the Arcane Archer features. Now, the Arcane Archer was... what was that under? That was under Xanathar. I'll just go ahead and bring Xanathar over here. So, up to 10th level, he gains... Actually, I haven't decided if it's a he or a she. I haven't decided if it's a he or a she. That's it. I don't think these specify a gender, no. Inconsiderate half-elf fighter from a bustling city who was apprenticed to a failed alchemist. I've been saying he, but I've been saying he for all of them. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Male or female? Male or female? But Arcane Archer options. They gain the Arcane Archer lore, the Arcane Shot. They gain the Curving Shot, Magic Arrow, and another Arcane Shot, and then at 10th level another Arcane Shot. If you're an elf, one kind says elves pretty much choose. If you're an elf, Modern Kindness says elves pretty much choose. As in, elves choose their gender? I guess? I could just roll like a random name gen. Just find a name. Being ambiguous. All elves besides Drow have blessing from... Okay. Well, there you go. I can just roll for it. You're quite right there. Sorry. Eli's going a little bit nuts. He woke up and then had food. And now he's probably going to ask for more food. Are you? No? Good? Okay. That's fine. Anywho. Right. So these arcane shots. That's the only thing that's catching me at the moment. Let's scroll a little. Arcane... Oh, that's right. Again, they're the different options. Ah, yes. Cool. So, we'll start with the arcane one. We'll do it in order. Martial archetype, arcane feature. Then, let's sub this down to arcane lore. Which at 3rd level you learn magical theory or some of the secrets of nature, typical for practitioners of this elven martial tradition. You choose to gain proficiency in either arcane or nature skills. Now I was originally thinking going for nature, but I think arcane would actually work more with the whole alchemist thing. Which would mean, because the options are you'll gain either prestidigitation or druidcraft. Though druidcraft would definitely be useful in this setting, I want to keep it a little bit truer to the actual, the little blurb that we're starting with. So I'll make it prestidigitation because that would at least make sense. Because failed alchemists would be constantly trying to clean themselves, or rather working with a failed alchemist. Prestidigitation. That's fine. Oh, good. Do I want to pop that over there? I think I want to pop that over there. That's fine. Then the arcane shot. Actually, I need to indent arcane shot. So, at 3rd level, you learn to unleash special magical efforts with some of your shots. When you gain this feature, you learn 2 arcane shot options of your choice, which of course we'll get to those in a moment. Once per turn, when you fire a magical arrow from your shortbow or longbow, as part of the attack action, you can How did I... How? There we go. Hey. I type well. Where was I? Once per turn, when you fire an arrow from a shortbow or longbow, as part of your attack action, you can apply one of your arcane shot options to that arrow. I don't know either. You decide to use the option when the arrow hits the creature unless the option doesn't involve an attack roll. You have 2 uses of this ability and you regain all expended uses of it when you finish a short or long rest. You get an additional arcane shot option of your choice when you reach certain levels. Cool. So from 10th level we have a total of 4 options. So let's scroll down to them. I used the bar again, that was a bad idea. Go back up. Right, so we have Banishing Arrow, which in the setting definitely works. Beguiling Arrow, not so much, or doesn't suit the character really. Bursting Arrow, which is you imbue your arrow with force energy drawn from the School of Evocation. Maybe. Enfeebling Arrow would be something. Grasping Arrow, that'd be useful. Same with Piercing Arrow, Seeking Arrow, Shadow Arrow. Right, well we'll start off, we'll go ahead and just grab that Banishing Arrow. Type it over here. Banishing Arrow. And then we'll also grab Piercing Arrow, of course. Because why wouldn't you have a piercing? Yes, Eli, hi, I know you want more food, but you're not getting it. Piercing Arrow. Shush. You have an hour to wait and you just had a snack. Shh. Cats in bad weather, just... Yes. Now I've got two more. Bursting Arrow, Enfeebling Arrow, Grasping Arrow would be quite useful. Let's grab Grasping Arrow. That would make sense. And then either Seeking or Shadow. Seeking would be a good one. Shadow illusion into arrow, causing it to occlude your foe's vision. Shadow would normally be useful, but given the setting, I think I will avoid it. I'll go Seeking Arrow. Trying to guarantee hit would make sense. Cool. So now we've got arrow shots. And I think that is everything from that. Nice. Let's jump back over to here. Now, I think that was everything we're required to do for this fighter. That should be pretty much everything. I'll tidy everything up at a later point. I don't need to show up my tidying. That's not necessary. Right, let's zoom out again. Let's bring that back to a full screen. Now I can see it, everything. Okay, so we've got stats in place, health, armor class. I'll fix the formula for that health box later. I don't need it now anyway. The spell. Oh, it doesn't actually have magic casting, so let's just go ahead and actually no. First, before I do, let's grab that. Copy. Drag this down. How many? That goes down what? 20 paces. So bring that down to there-ish. I think. Paste. Nope. Too much. Let's bring it down more. Gotta fit it in. Gotta fit it in. Did I do right under? I did right under. Paste. Cool. And actually I should really get these all lined up first. Yes. One gap. One gap. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to show the tidying up, but I sort of have to get this stuff ready for the next character. And there you go there. And then next one. Oh, missed it. Where's the hand? There's the hand. Right. Last one. There. Okay, now I've got to clear it up. Probably should have cleared it up before I copy paste the rest of it. And now that's all formula. Where was that other formula? There. That's all that. Why is that a sum? I can't remember why that's a sum. That's got to clear. That's pretty much fine. I'll get back to that afterwards. That's a formula. That'll be fine. That's fine. Yes. Okie dokie. Oh, and there's extra formulas in there. Wait, why does that say mod? Undo. Why did that say mod? That was weird. That was weird. Okie dokie, cool. Right, and oh, dark vision isn't a given, so let's just delete that. Right, so next character that we are doing today is a friendly half-orc paladin from a haberdashery who has serious body image problems. that's going to go really well with this inconsiderate half-elf fighter from a bustling city who was apprenticed under a failed alchemist. As I said earlier, these parties aren't necessarily designed to suit each other. They are just sort of thrown together due to circumstances. But anywho, let's whack the modifier thing down one, just so it's not in the way. And okay, so he is a paladin. Let's look at our paladin options, shall we? Let's zoom this screen back in. Paladin options, paladin options. Finder, paladin. Ah, right there. Okay, so paladin options are under the Sacred Oaths. We need something that suits a half-orc with body image issues. So devotion straight off the bat would work. It'd be devoted to whatever god he chose, he or she. Oath of Ancients could also work. Vengeance, not so much. Actually, what was that route up again? No, he's friendly, so Vengeance wouldn't work. Vengeance or Conquest? Well, he's friendly. That wouldn't... I don't think that'll quite work. He's friendly from a haberdashery, so I feel like either Vengeance or Conquest might be a little bit contradictory. Redemption could be one. Could feel like he's done something bad. I feel like Crown probably wouldn't suit. Probably Devotion or Redemption, but also Half Orc. Temptation of Groomish. Ah, yes. Redemption it is. He's felt like that he's been doing the wrong thing for so long because of Groomish, so he has to redeem himself and chosen another god. Yes, he is an Oath of Redemption paladin. Right, let's tap that in, shall we? Where was I tapping all that? Up along the top there. Right, I've got to put his stats somewhere else. Copy. Let's whack him down there for a moment. Alright, so he is... delete. A half orc paladin with the Oath of Redemption. Right. And this one, I'm actually finding, just for the general comedic value, a he would suit better for being in a haberdashery. Like, naturally you would think haberdashery female. Stereotypes. Let's do a he. He's on the path of redemption, so he's been working for this haberdashery. He's been cutting the material so finely. Oh, he's going to have some really nice fine clothes as well. Yes. Yes, he is. Very nice fine clothes. Under probably his plate armor. Right, so he's a paladin. So let's bring out the paladin stats. Paladin. Monk. I probably would have quicker to... there it goes, paladin. Okay, so paladins... actually, no. Actually, let's quickly just read the... where's the quick paladin? Just to get the idea. Where is it? Quick build. Strength, then charisma. Right, that's fine. I'll get these stats in, then I'll go back to doing the race, and then I'll continue with the class. Right, so strength is first at the 15. 14 for the charisma. Going to need constitution. Then, oh no, that's 13. And then dexterity. Then int and whiz. Int and whiz. Right. Easy. Let's jump back to, okay, firstly, page 84. Remember, page 84 is the Paladin page. I need to get to the half-orc page. Go home. Go, scroll up. Thank you. Let's see, half-orc is page 40. So, we get, from being a half-orc, actually names, I completely skipped past names. I'll do that later. Actually, no, let's quickly, games, D&D, which was this one. This one. This site here, assuming it's showing up properly, mostly, yes, fancynamegenerators.com. It's a great one, great name generator. I've been using this a lot lately. Well, actually not lately, but for a while. Let's grab a half-elf name. Right, so I was going to flip for male and female. We'll say odds male, evens female, rolling whatever dice I picked up. It is an odd, so we're going for a male. Roll. Let's see, his name is... actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's get a D10 out. Do it completely and utterly randomly. Where's my D10? There. Number 8. His name is Maynor. Maynor. Let's pop that up here. Name Maynor. Actually, do we want to... move that over 1, just to give it a little bit more space, because the Oath of Redemption one for next one down is a little bit long. Name. And let's grab a half-orc name whilst we're at it. Orc. No, I want half-orc. Grabbing a male name. Scroll. Roll a number 7. 7? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. His name is Grumogark. Copy that. And we'll paste that right in there. Easy. Right, let's get back to Grumogark. Pop that away. Right, so... where is my sheet? There it is. Okay, so starting... his strength score will increase. Let's see, STR. Why am I typing that? Let's go ahead and do it. Strength score increases by 2, so that's going to be 17. His constitution score increases by 1, so I'm going to make that 14. Age not relevant. Speed is 30, that's pretty standard. He also has dark vision. Oh, there we go. Of dark vision of 30 feet? No, 60 feet. 60... Actually, I think 60 feet is the standard. That's fine. He is menacing, so he gains proficiency into the intimidation skill straight off the bat. I didn't get all these stats out of the way. Actually, undo. I'll copy that. Ooh. And then delete it. Actually, I should have zoomed this in. Let's zoom this in. Actually, let's just zoom it out a little bit. That's a little bit more comfortable. Right, so intimidation. Straight off the bat, he gets extra intimidation. That makes sense. He gets relentless endurance. So when you are reduced to 0 hit points, you are not killed outright. You can drop to 1 hit point instead. You can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. So feature over here. Do I do the same? Yes, the same. Cool. Relentless endurance. That typing out to be type it here. How do I want to type that? Reduce to 1 HP instead of 0. No, 0. Capital 0. There's no such thing. Now reduced. We'll add a D in there. That makes sense. That's fine. You also get savage attacks, which when you score a critical hit with a melee attack hit. Why would I say hit? The word hit is in there. You can roll one of the weapon's damage dice one additional time and add the extra die. So it's savage attack. Savage attack, which would be crit plus 1 damage die. Easy. And then languages. Let's pop that down. Under languages, naturally, you can speak, read, and write Common and Orc. Common and Orc. Pretty standard stuff. I never did backgrounds. I'll have to double back and do backgrounds. So I'll finish typing this out. Orc is a harsh, grating language with hard consonants. It has no script, and it's of its own, but is written in the Dwarvish script. Okay, interesting. Just a bit of extra flavor written in there. Right, and that's the dwarf. Right, 84. Actually, no. Backgrounds. Let's quickly double back. We've got to find a background. Because backgrounds do actually add some good features. I was almost not going to bother, but backgrounds. There we go. 125. 125. So I could go searching for the additional backgrounds, but I completely forgot about them until just now. So I'll just use the player's handbook for the moment. So we've got Acolyte, which doesn't quite suit whatever his name is. Maynor. Maynor? Actually, no, not Acolyte. Maybe a Charlatan. Maybe, not really. Criminal, no, that's going too far. Entertainer, nowhere near it. Folk hero, nope. Guild artisan, nope. Hermit, she could be hermitish. No, it's from Bustling City. Hermit doesn't work. Noble. Oh, Noble could work. Or an Outlander. No, Outlander doesn't work because of the whole city thing. Sage. Thinking Outlander might be the most appropriate. Or Soldier. Soldier could work. Soldier could work. That will gain him athletics and intimidation. And gives him additional equipment. Where Outlander, where was that? That gives athletics and survival. And an extra language. No, I think I might as well go Soldier, actually. Soldier works. Soldier just works. Straight up works. So let's quickly add in here. Proficiency, that was what, H3. So plus H3. And athletics and oh wait, no, it's Sailor. Scroll a little bit further. Soldier. And I'll put that under acrobatics anyway. What did I just? Oh, damn it, I've lost it. I pushed a button. Where were backgrounds again? 125. So I'll go 130. Where was that Soldier? Sailor. Here we go, Soldier. Athletics and intimidation. So let's try this again, shall we? Let's try this again. Athletics. Paste that in there. And intimidation. Now, I already did intimidation. So let's choose something different. Because then I gained intimidation from the extra bonus that he had. So let's add that to something. Do I already have an Arcana bonus? I do. Athletics, deception, history, insight, animal handling, acrobatics. Oh no, I didn't take it off acrobatics. That's got to be gone. It doesn't get acrobatics. Or I could just leave it on acrobatics. Yeah, sure, why not? It'll be acrobatic. Couldn't think of anything else. It's probably not going to be that relevant anyway. Oh, what do you want? Shh. Cats. Right, I need to make note of that. Let's pop that. Let's actually rearrange this a smidge. I'll pop that there. Name, Mainer. Come over here. This little write-up is taking a little bit too much space. I will shrink it down. We'll shrink it down. There we go. So that's a bit better. Half-elf fighter, arcane archer, and he is a soldier. Soldier? Yes. That's better. Easy. Cool. And then I'll just quickly rearrange this one. Pop that over there. Go a little bit further. Damn it. That hand doesn't like to cooperate sometimes. Now, what was that under? G. There we go. And I made that 8, didn't I? Or 6. Right. Easy. Now, I don't know what kind of background would suit Grummelgok. He could be an Outlander. Outlander could work. Athletics and survival. Yeah, let's just throw him as an Outlander. That I did it again. I've got to click here first. Outlander. There we go. Right, athletics and survival. Athletics. I've got to add. Oh, yeah. H25. Let's get that in there. Athletics. Thanks. And survival. Easy. Okay, so let's go back to where we're actually at, which is the class stuff. Sorry, Paladin. He is a nice little Paladin. So, things I need to add for this. Isn't Profit Bonus plus 2? I didn't even think about that. I just put it as 1 because I wasn't even paying attention. The level 10, so it's actually a plus 4 for a Paladin. Let's just add that in there. And I should probably double check the fighter. Monk. I'm assuming it should be exactly the same. Yes, 4. Scrolling. 4. Did it work? It did work. 4. 4. And 4. There we go. We've made sense of this now. All good. Alright, let's delete that and that. And let's go to quickly tidy things up a smidge. Just ready for the other. Oh, no. Oh, under. There we go. Nope, under. Too far. That was the wrong button. Right, now I know where I'm actually up to, sort of. Buttons. Right, let's go back. Okay, so. Again, back to the Paladin. Thanks. All the little things that I would have missed. And I was trying to make them survive. And here I was not even giving an extra 3 bonus. So, things for the Paladin. Scrolling up again. So, I've got to add in. They get a Divine Sense. which I think is just the thing that they have. Lay on hands, which is the thing that they have. They get a fighting style, which is probably going to be sword, probably sword and board. They also get spell casting. I never thought about that, did I? I could just go ahead and homebrew it and just make it a charisma-based class. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. Let's see. Divine Smite, that's the thing they do. And then we've got Divine Health. I don't know what that falls under. I'll put it here. Oh wait, no, Divine, not Divine. Why do I keep doing that? Div. And then Divine Health. And Sacred Oath, which will be over here. Sacred Oath. Charisma is needed for bonuses and stuff. Like the ore and shit. Oh, that's good. That is good, because charisma is right where it needs to be. Actually, no, I read that already. I read that before I started. That's why I put charisma as 14. That's the second highest score. What else does you get? You does get an ability score improvement at level 4. So I might as well just go whack that into... let's see. Let's make that... Make that an 18. And that a 15. And then you'll also get another one at 8th level, so I can make then that 16. And... which is now sort of throwing things off, but that's fine. I'll make that 19. Just cuz. Easy. Alright, ability score improvement. You gain extra attack, which is just the thing you do. Extra attack. And then Aura of Protection. And then you got the Sacred Oath feature. Actually, which was... what did we choose? Redemption. Redemption. Dump. M. There's an M in there. Second feature, ability score improvement, got that. They got nothing at 9th level. Ripped off. And 10th level, they get Aura of Courage. Aura of Courage. Oh. Right, so they're the things that they need. Cool. Right, okie dokie. Okie dokie dokie dokie. Before I continue that, I will add in the ability score modifiers, which I've got down... oh, wrong button. Here. I'm gonna bring them up, that's fine. Come on, come back. Up you go. Better. So, for a score of 19, we're looking at, what is it, 4? You're looking at 4. 12 is only a 1. 14 is a 2. 8 is a... -1, a 10 is a 0, and then 16 is a 3. They're not too bad stats, really. Not too bad at all. Might as well do the health. So your health is... where is your health? It is... luckily, it's a D10 again. So I don't need to change the start. I just need to do the reroll. Yeah, let's see. I would like that dice, and that dice. So it's going to roll these 3 dice 3 times, give the additional 9 levels. I could leave it at 90, but that's using other guys' stats. I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel ripped off. Oh, why did I just push? Click here, then do that. There we go. Saving throws for the paladin. Ah, yes, yes. I'll go back to actually following what I'm supposed to be doing after I do this. Going all over the place. Oh, shush you. Right, so first 3 dice. We've got a 2, a 5, and a 7. So we've got a 2, a 5, and a 7. Then we get a 3, a 7, and a 3. A 3... a 7, And a 3. He's not looking too good. Got 2 6s and a 10. 6, 6, and 10. Right, 79. He literally ended up with 11 less. Meow. Shh. You're still 25 minutes early. Yes, you are. Right, yes, and then proficiency. Save proficiencies. Alright, so he gets wisdom and charisma. So let's watch. H25. Plus H25. There we go. And I'll copy that. And charisma. There we go. Nice. And so paladin. Yes. Cool. Don't forget aura protections. Charm mod saves. Ah, yes. Down here, I've got to change this. So H proficiency plus char, which is conveniently that's set for charisma already. Nice. Nice, nice. Eli, shush. Shush. Cats are not very patient things, are they? Spell casting, blah, 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 blah. Spell casting ability is charisma. Cool, nice. Shush! That's the saves, there's the weapons, all armor, shields. Weapons are simple weapons and material weapons. Martial weapons, not material weapons. Keeps doing that. Skills, additional skills. He shall get to choose 2 from athletics, insight, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, and religion. Shh. I'm going to choose religion just because that actually does fit with the redemption story. So religion gets... Oh, what's an intelligence-based one? Shush! Sorry. Cats. So it's H25. Add that in there. And then we'll also choose... We want to choose athletics because we want to go to intimidation. Yeah, let's give him athletics. There we go. Easy. Right. I just got to add in the additional information. Oh wait, no, I haven't done this. Oh no, again, that's already the right thing. That's fine. Just fine. It's not a huge spell modifier, especially at level 10. Especially level 10. Just seems low. But again, this is not his main score. It's fine. It's good. It's good. Right, so let's get this little guy. Let's get this little guy down here. No, grab the hand. Grab the hand. Thank you. Now it's out of the way. I can add in the additional information that I require. So let's grab him. So divine. What is divine sense? The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like noxious odor. Okay. Until the end of your next... Oh, wait. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Till the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. Useful. That's just a useful thing to have. That's straight up quite useful. I'm just going to say this: detect evil. Yes. Actually, no. I should probably word this properly. Detect. What was it? Fiend. Celestial fiend and undead. Celestial fiend and undead. I need to fix that up there. I'll do that later. Then the other one was lay on hands. He's got a lot of features. On hands, which is the healing. Blah, 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 blah. You have a pool of healing power that replenishes when you take a long rest. With a pool, you can restore a total number of hit points equal to your paladin level times 5. So he has 50 hit points available to heal where he needs. As an action, you can touch a creature and draw power from the pool to restore a number of hit points to that creature up to maximum amount remaining in your pool. Alternatively, you can expend 5 hit points from your pool of healing to cure a target of 1 disease. Okay, so 50 points of healing. 50 points of... Oh, no, click, over here. 50 points of healing. There's no G in healing. There we go. Let's get rid of that. He is running out. Why is there so many options? When was the last time I played a paladin? It would have been ages ago. Where's my hand? There's my hand. And then we got... What's next in line? Oh wait, where am I? Is this still paladin? That's still paladin. Where is it? Divine Sense, Lay on Hands, up there. Fighting style. Fighting style is going to be... Do we want protection? I think a fighting style of protection would suit a redemption oath. Well, not necessarily. No, let's not waste his strength skill. Let's actually make him a great weapon fighter. Let's make him great weapon. So when you roll a 1 or 2 on damage die, you can attack blah 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 blah. Yes. Fighting style. Actually, I'm going to have to adjust this. I'm running out of space so quickly. I'll make it more versatile later when I actually need to. Fighting style. What does it say? Great weapon. Great weapon. Yeah. Great weapon. Now the spell casting. Actually, I don't even need to have that listed on there because I've got the spell stuff right at the bottom. Which reminds me, you don't actually have spell casting. Go away. But back over here. Blah 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 blah. Spell casting. Yada yada. Got that information right there. He does use a holding symbol, but I'll just say it's his sword. Divine Smite. Divine Smite. Starting at 2nd level, when you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can expend a paladin spell slot to deal radiant damage. Okay, it's slot based. Okay. I don't think I need to go that in depth. It's got Divine Smite. That's fine. Divine Health. So 3rd level, divine magic flowing through you makes you immune to disease. Okay. I'll just say add divine damage to melee. Immune to disease? Disease? Where did I read it? Divine Health. Divine Health. Divine Health. There we go. Disease. Dis-ease. And then of course you got the Sacred Oath, which I got to add that stuff in last because that's all the things. Extra attack, which is very self-explanatory, is just you attack twice. No. Yes, you attack twice. Attack twice. That's simple. Now the auras. The Aura of Protection. Starting at 6th level, whenever you or a friendly creature within 10 feet of you must make a saving throw, the creature gains a bonus to saving throw equal to your Charisma modifier. Minimum of 1. You must be conscious to grant this bonus. Okay, so I'll bring that up here. And I'm going to sit that way, just because it bugs me. How do I want to type that? Save bonus. Save bonus equals char mod. I'm going to say 3. Save bonus plus 3. No, equal 3. Plus 3. There we go. What's the next one? Aura of Courage. Starting at 10th level, You and a friendly creature... No, you and friendly creatures within 10 feet of you can't be frightened whilst conscious. Cool. Can't frighten. That's fine. Now, the Sacred Oath of Redemption. That's what I've got to look up. Now, what was that under? The Redemption Oath was in Xanathar. So let's jump over to Xanathar, which is that one? No, that's Modern Titan. That's Wallow. That's Xanathar. So, what is this under? What is this under? Paladin, Monk. Paladins, here we go. We would like to look at the Oath of Redemption. Cool. Okay, so it gets Oath Spells, Channel Divinity, and an Aura of the Guardian, which is a 10-foot aura. Oath Spells. You gain Oath Spells at the Paladin levels listed. Shh! The Paladin levels listed in the Oath of Redemption spell table. See the Sacred Oath class feature on how Oath spells work. Yeah. You know what? Because of the way this character is going to be set up, I'm just going to list all these spells. He has all these spells. That's what I'm going to do. Let's add in here spells. Let's type it over here. And let's add in, he's got Sanctuary. He's got Sleep. Calm. Oh, Psalm. Calm Emotions. Hold Person. Counterspell. And Hypnotic Pattern. There we go. And let's just make sure that's centered. There we go. Much better. Cool. And he's got those spells. Because that goes... Oh, wait a minute. You know what makes sense? Actually seeing what... Because that wasn't character level that I was looking at. That was spell level. Or was it? I don't know. No, that would be an actual character level. Never mind. Never mind. I was reading the right thing. That's fine. Now, the other thing, I need to go back. Go back. Not Wallow. Here we go. Channel Divinity. So, when you take this oath at 3rd level, you gain the following 2 Channel Divinity options. Was that even actually in the normal? I don't recall seeing Channel Divinity in his... Nope, that's just a new thing. That's a new thing. Let's see. Channel Divinity. That is not an L, that's a colon, or semicolon, or whatever you want to call it. So the options being Emissary of Peace. You can use your Channel Divinity to augment your presence with divine power. As a bonus action, you grant yourself a +5 bonus to Charisma, Persuasion checks for the next 10 minutes. Useful. Also, Rebuke the Violent. You can use your Channel Divinity to rebuke those who use violence. Immediately after an attacker within 30 feet of you deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you, you can use your reaction to force the attacker to make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt. Jesus! That's a useful skill right there. That is a useful skill right there. Nice! Nice! Which I'll have to add these in as a second indent. Emissary of Peace, which I'll have to add that as a 3rd indent. What is it? +5 persuasion bonus, +5 persuasion. That's probably not how you spell it. doesn't matter. Close enough. A bonus. And the Redemption Paladins don't seem like much, but they are like, yeah, they are. They are. That's a good option. That's straight up a good option. This way bonus. And then you've got Rebuke the Violent. Third indent, which is a radiant damage to target equal to damage they dealt. Close enough. Was there anything else? Oh yeah, the aura. What was that? The aura of the Guardian. 10 feet. Aura of the. Actually, no, that's over here. That's an oath thing. Aura of the Guardian. Letters. Guard. In. Oh, you can tell it's close to the end of the stream. You can tell it's close. There we go. Hasn't been a long stream, but it's been a long day. I'll finish this character and then I will call it a day and pick up tomorrow and try and get as many more of these characters done as I can. But yes, I need to read Aura of the Guardian. Starting at 7th level, you gain you can shield others from harm at the cost of your own health. When a creature within 10 feet of you takes damage, you can use your reaction to magically take that damage, instead of the creature taking it. This feature doesn't transfer any other effects that might accompany the damage, and this damage can't be reduced in any way. Right, that's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Have a paladin with like a beefy constitution. That is very useful. And is that just... What is it? When a creature within... And there's no restriction to that. It doesn't say it's once a day, it's just straight up an aura. Nice! That's another really nice ability. No, second indent? Second indent. So this one was... nope, they could take fatal damage as often as... Nice! Nice. Let's see. Take damage instead of target. I'll just say target. Easy. Right. That's been a reasonably productive day. That has been reasonably productive. Like, I've only been live for 3 hours. I know it's a short stream, but that's all I had time for today. But getting 10 characters decided, 5 of which just a quick grab off the who the fuck is my D&D character. Another 5 rolled and decided from the rolls. And then, actually you can close that now, and that. And then actually getting, what am I doing? It's a sheet, not a thing. Then actually getting 2 characters fleshed out for 3 hours. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. But yes, I will be back tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday. So probably looking at a start time, because I've got an appointment in the morning. I'm looking at a start time probably around lunch-ish. So getting a few extra hours for sure. And I'll very least get the next 3 characters of this party dealt with. At very least. For party 2, which I haven't even started at all, which is the role party, I have to actually get a brief little story behind them as well. So they will take a bit longer. But I'll get as much done as I can, that's for sure. But yes, that is me done for today. Thank you very much for joining. It's been greatly appreciated. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. With time zones, just if you want to know when I'm going live, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, hit the follow button on Twitch, whatever you feel like doing if you want to know when I'm live. But yes, that is me done. Greatly appreciated for you joining. I shall see you next time.